The United States announces plans to temporarily run Venezuela. Here's the story. In a dramatic escalation of U.S. involvement in Latin America, President Donald Trump announced that Washington plans to temporarily run Venezuela and exploit its vast oil reserves following a surprise military operation that removed President Nicolás Maduro from power and transferred him to the United States to face criminal charges. The overnight operation, described by U.S. officials as months in the making, marked the most assertive American push for regime change since the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were seized from their residence on a military base, transported aboard a U.S. warship, and flown to New York, where they are expected to be held pending trial on narco-terrorism charges. Speaking hours after Maduro's capture, Trump said the leadership vacuum in Caracas presented an opportunity for the U.S. to stabilize Venezuela and rehabilitate its oil infrastructure. He added that large quantities of Venezuelan oil could soon be sold to international markets under American oversight.
Yeah, what was that?
Getting land, oil rights, whatever we had, they took it away because we had a president that maybe wasn't watching, but they're not going to do that. We want it back. They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back.
The move immediately sparked protests across Caracas and raised urgent legal questions in Washington and abroad. Venezuela's Vice President, Delcy Rodriguez, denounced the operation as an imperialist attack and insisted Maduro remains the country's legitimate leader, even as the nation's high court ordered her to assume the role of interim president. Legal experts and lawmakers from both U.S. parties questioned the legality of the incursion, which was carried out without explicit congressional authorization. The Trump administration defended the action as part of a broader effort to curb drug trafficking and protect U.S. national security interests.
We're the group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies directly. They will be reimbursed for what they're doing, but it's going to be paid. And we're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be. As you know, it was just a minor flow. It was actually a minor flow for what they have. But we're going to run it properly, and we're going to make sure the people of Venezuela are taken care of.
As celebrations erupted among parts of the Venezuelan diaspora in Florida, uncertainty gripped the streets of Caracas, where explosions, power outages, and fear followed the brief but intense assault. With international scrutiny mounting, the operation has opened a volatile new chapter for Venezuela and for U.S. foreign policy in the region.